This is Stella Little. You're watching YurpTV.
And this is Sharon Coleman, Divisional Leader of Primerica Financial Services, and you are watching YurpTV.
Ooh, ah, yeah, yeah, ooh, oh. Ooh, ah, yeah, yeah, ooh, oh. Na, 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 na. Oh, ah, oh. Ain't no stopping me. That's how it gotta be. I'm a hot commodity. That's how it gotta be. Ain't no stopping me. Oh, how it's gotta be. Oh, hot commodity. How it's gotta be.
Stella Little,
Yes.
Sharon Coleman.
Hi.
Welcome to YurpTV.
Thank you.
I appreciate you, you two for even joining us. Let's start off with where you guys are from. We'll start with you, Sharon.
Okay, hi, my name is Sharon Coleman, and I presently live in Dallas, Texas. However, I have connections here in Eastern North Carolina. This is my home, and I am glad to be here with you today.
All right, I'm Stella Little, and I am originally from Washington, North Carolina, but I live here in Greenville.
Okay.
And so, yeah.
What made you move to the Greenville area?
Well, it's a little larger, and pretty much when you live in Washington, everything you do pretty
in
much is
Greenville.
over here in Greenville.
Yeah.
And so, yeah.
True.
Mm-hmm.
And what made you move to Texas? You know, you were here for a
wow.
long time.
Yes, I have been here. Greenville was the place for me to move
Mm-hmm.
as soon as I got out of high school. But about 3 years ago, I was just like, you know what? I think I need to go to Texas. To me, I see it as the land flowing with milk and honey. It's the land of opportunity. But of course, you know, there's no place like home.
Facts.
So I'm
Facts.
glad to be back here.
Yeah, I actually lived in VA for about 6 years, and I moved back home because, like you said, home is just where your heart is.
That's right.
So let's get into what you guys do. Primerica, is it Primerica?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yes.
Let's start with it. So give us an introduction on what Primerica is.
Okay, well, Primerica is the largest independent financial services company in the country. Founded in 1977, and so we've been around like 43 plus years or so, and so it's just an awesome company. Very big. We insure so many people. We hold, oh gosh, investment accounts just, you know, out the gazoo. But it's an awesome company that offers an awesome opportunity to individuals over 18, anyone over 18 that can pass a background check. And pretty much, you know, as long as they're over 18, you know, we have room for them here.
Okay.
And so Sharon and I are actually building championship teams all over the country.
And by championship teams, what do you mean by that?
Well, we're looking for people who want to win in life. People that are actually tired of, you know, the regular, the J-O-B, just over broke.
Just over broke.
And, you know, they're tired of living, you know, just, there's a song, we were talking about it today. It says struggling and straining, but I think it says on my way home or something. But no, if you're tired of that, we are talking to you, you know, and so, but this is an awesome opportunity. And like I said, we're not just here in Greenville. We're not just in Dallas and Irving, but we're all over the country. We're in Canada and Puerto Rico. And so anywhere you are, we're there.
Let me hear about some of the opportunities you guys have presented.
Okay, you want to talk about a little bit, Sharon?
Okay, so as far as the opportunities here, basically we have different promotions that a person is able to walk up into. Many people in our company, believe it or not, make over 6 figures. The thing that is so beneficial and eye-opening to me is that we are an educational company. We teach people so many principles that you did not learn when you were in school. And, you know, when I say that, I'm not just saying that. I'm actually a licensed educator. I've taught in both North Carolina and in Texas. And through the years, so many things that, you know, you hear students say all the time, I won't need this when I grow up. This is not going to be important. And as a teacher, you hear students say those things, and of course you brush it off. But as you start in your career, you find out for real that, wait a minute, all these things that we've been teaching people, they get out of school, first thing, they're in debt because they go to college, which is what we've taught them to do. Go get a higher education. Most of the times their parents cannot all the time afford for them to go to school because no one has come and talked to them about how to set up a college savings for their children and when to begin doing that. So it's a trap right from the beginning. You know, we go in, get financial aid because of our income, and our children graduate with so much debt, you know, or the credit cards or whatever is going on. So we actually teach people how to get out of debt, how to eliminate your debt, and how to resolve that particular problem. Some of the other things that we do, we talk to people about having emergency funds set up. You hear it all the time. People always talk about, you know, I wish I had an emergency fund, or I need an emergency fund. But guess what? It's just talk. No one shows them how to do it. In our company, we show you how to do it because that is our concern, to help Main Street America, everybody. We want to make sure that you are very well protected, and also that your financial plan is on track. You know, we found that many people don't actually plan to fail, but day to day we're failing. And what is the reason? One thing is because nobody has actually taught us how to build our financial home, how to make sure the foundation is secure. And it's the most important lesson that anybody could learn. So a lot of times people see us just as, you know, oh, here they go. They're coming to talk to us about insurance, or they're talking to us about this or that. But at the end of the day, if you think about your family, you know, on a whole, think of, you know, who your parents are, who your grandparents are, who your great-grandparents are, and going back, you know, and think about whether or not they're still living or not. Is your family in a better situation now? Or would they perhaps been in a better situation if someone had given them the correct information?
How could Primerica help people in the pandemic currently? What would be the steps that someone would need to take to get involved with that?
Okay. So first of all, you would need to definitely get in contact with either myself or with Stella, and we'll give you that information at the end. But of course, all you have to do is complete an application. You're not applying for a job. We're giving you the opportunity to actually build a business within a business. Just about everybody that you know, they're tired of going to work, or they work very hard and they feel that they're not making the money that they need to make for the job that they do. So what we do is we pay you you make the money according to how much you decide to work and everything. This is a part-time opportunity. You don't have to work every single day. You do what you want to do when you want to do it. But of course, the more you go out there, the more activity that you do, the more money that you would make and everything. This is an opportunity for anyone that may need part-time income, or you may be, you know, perhaps having issues with making ends meet throughout the month. You get paid on the 1st and you're waiting for the 15th to come. You're broke on the 2nd. You get paid one time a month. The day that you get paid, you're broke on that particular time. Again, this is real life situations and scenarios, but we are able to help people for real, you know,
I know
change their lives.
Some people may come into Primerica not on the same level as some people, right? They might everybody comes in a fresh start. Some people may get a faster start than others. What was the bare minimum that you guys have seen that people have came in on under? Because I know you just showed me a book where people made 5 million, 100 million. Or I mean, not 100 million, 100,000. That's 100,000 book club.
Right.
What is this? What if somebody doesn't have the education that you guys have, and just come in here just completely ignorant to what happens?
That's exactly right. There are many people that come in here and know nothing, absolutely nothing about insurance products, or any other type of financial products, because we do investments as well. And so many people don't know anything about that, but Primerica is all about educating people. So when you come in, you have to obtain a state license. You know, it's a North Carolina insurance license. You obtain that license. Primerica pays actually for you to get the license. They pay for you to take the state exam. They have the classes and everything that you need to succeed in getting your license. So Primerica takes care of all that for you. And so you get the education. They're going to make sure that you're educated and can pass the state exam. And so then a person from there can move on to get the federal license. And that would be the investment license. There's several of them, but they will pay for those licenses as well. Now, if a person was paying for their North Carolina, which is the state that we're in right now, the North Carolina license for insurance, it would be somewhere around $400 if you were paying it on your own. Okay. But Primerica takes care of that for you.
And that's after you're accepted from the application. Now, people can be denied too, right?
Yes, that's true.
What would cause somebody to be denied?
Well, sometimes people come and maybe they've had a felony in the past, or, different things like that.
So you can be not denied for felonies. Say they do background checks?
They do a background check.
Okay.
And so pretty much, we're looking for people who can pass a background check and they're at least 18 years old.
I got you.
But I was going to say, but don't discount yourself, because a lot of times, there are things that may be in a person's background that they may say, well, I don't know if I could actually, if I can even actually work for that particular company. It would not hurt to apply.
That's right.
You apply.
That's right.
And let the people that actually make that particular decision decide, because again, there's sometimes where there are certain issues that if you send paperwork or documentation, okay, this was the situation, but this is not the situation anymore. It just depends on what that particular predicament is and everything.
Is there a fee for the application?
Yes.
How much is it?
So it's just like if you were to start your own business, because again, we're talking about starting your own business. So you think of people working in a franchise, like if you would have opened up a restaurant, I'm not going to call any names, but if you would open any restaurant this day and time, $10,000 probably is the minimum. Most other restaurants, depending on what the name is or where you're going to have it, we know the amounts can go way, way up. We're giving you the opportunity to start a business that becomes a franchise just like that and everything for $99, which is a one-time fee. That $99 takes care of your application, your background check, and all of those things, and your class, your materials, every single thing. And then, of course, there's a $25 fee that you pay each month, which gives you access to all of the background training and all of the videos. There's so much information.
Your phone?
Yeah, so the $99 is for your independent business application. So this is the fee that you pay one time to start your Primerica business and everything. And then, of course, $25 each month gives you access to so many different training videos talking about building your team, learning the information. There's a lot of information there. You can see what is going on in every single state in our country. Canada, Puerto Rico, whatever. You see who's making money, how much money they're making. There's a wealth of knowledge there. It's like having your own secretary that you don't have to worry about paying for each month. This is how you run your business for $25 a month. And the wonderful thing about all of this, talking about having your own business, all of this stuff, they're business write-offs and everything. So you open up a business, start a business. Me, I think of teachers, and when we get ready to file our income taxes, you only can claim like $200 or $250 a year for your expenses. Do you know how much money teachers really spend? And it's just like people just like whatever. But when you have your own business, there are certain things that you can write off, So this is very wise to do.
How important do you feel owning your own or having your own businesses in this time currently?
It's very important, and really, to be truthful, it's really the only way. You can go and work at a job. You can get a job, work at someone's job, and you'll make money but you'll never really have enough, you know. And I was talking with a young lady the other day, just talking about her goals and her dreams. And I asked her, you know, working and doing what she's doing now, when did she think she would be able to really fulfill those goals and dreams? And she said, never, not unless I start my own company, you know. And I said, that's true, but they'll only pay you enough to where you'll work and get keep working. But you will not be able to start that company
or
just doing what you're
they
doing.
will give you a lot, but they won't educate you on how to invest.
Oh yeah,
So you know, like
and
that,
you spend it up
you keep
trying
spending
to keep up with other people and all that stuff that you know that we do. And so, but yeah, it's very important. It's really the only way to live and to live fully is to have your own business. Yeah, it's the only way.
I got you. That Millionaire Clubs book.
I was going to say to add,
Go ahead.
if I add to that,
Go ahead.
you know, just about everybody that you talk to, they want their own business. You know, even in the field that they're in, like if you have a person that is teaching, a lot of times they want their own tutoring company. Or if you have someone that works at a daycare, they want their own daycare. Because again, a lot of times in different jobs, you see how you can make that particular company better. And it's like, if I had my own, I would do it this way. So if that's how you talk to yourself, you need to come over here. But outside of that, even if you get yourself together, you create a business plan from scratch and you do all these wonderful things, your credit is going to probably have to be A+, A1, because again, you know, there's overhead when you're talking about starting your own business and starting your own company. There isn't much overhead here and everything, you know. So then you look at, I might need to go get a loan and this and that, so on and so forth. It doesn't matter how good your idea is. If you don't have the credit, you're not going to get that loan. So this company right here gives you the opportunity to go out there, do this business, make the money. You don't, you know, on your job, how many people get paid and all the taxes that are coming out, Social Security and all these things that are coming out, and you gross this amount, but this is what you net. When you work with us, what you make is what you bring home, and you decide how much of that you're going to use to pay toward this or that and everything. So you have an opportunity to live the dream life and everything. And we do that here at Primerica.
What is you guys' favorite part about Primerica? What's your favorite aspect about the whole company?
Well, my favorite part is I guess basically that we take everything from an educational standpoint. Everything, you know, we teach people how to earn additional income. We teach people how money works. We show people how they can have, so much more than they have now. And also we help them get a larger return on their money than they can get at the bank or the credit union or wherever they're investing their money. And so I guess that's my favorite part, just the education piece. That's real good.
So did you come into it without any knowledge of what's going on?
No, actually, when I came here, I had already worked with an insurance company. It was a different type insurance company, but I had license, and I was with a different insurance company.
See what I mean by some people come in the game already, you know what I'm saying, already with some knowledge, and then some people come in completely ignorant.
True.
So
true.
how successful do you think people that come in completely ignorant can be?
Oh, there are some people who come in and they cannot.
Completely ignorant. Truly.
Some people, they come in and they actually even speak a different language, and they have to take the test so many times because they really don't understand English very well. And so, oh man, there's so many people that come in and they don't have any knowledge of financial services or financial products, but they have a desire to want to do this work because what we do is different than what other companies do. See, there's no other company going around helping people earn additional income. Other companies come to you to sell a product. Whether they come to you or you come to them, they have something that they're selling you, and they're gonna get the income off of it. But
So Primerica isn't selling insurance?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
They do.
We do sales.
All right.
We do sales, but we're here for Main Street families. And what I mean by that is that we're here to help the Main Street family. Earn additional income. See, we want to help you earn additional income on a part-time basis, but as Sharon was saying, it can grow into your own business. It can grow into your own franchise. You know, it just depends on how far you want to take it. There are some people that come here because they want to earn an additional $500 a month. They want an extra $1,000. But some people, you know, want to be in that book. They want to be a 6-figure income earner, you know. And so it just depends on where a person wants to take it. But this company was founded because of an injustice. And there was an injustice, and there's still an injustice going on in our world. But people don't want to talk about that because
let's talk about it. How was it found?
We can talk about it.
What first, we're going to get back to that.
Okay.
What was your favorite part about the company? Let's
So
get that.
much. So I think now, number one, as far as coming in being ignorant, I was ignorant to what we actually do. You know, yes, got a college degree, I go to school, teach every single day. And, you know, when the people came to share the information with me, it was just like, okay, you know, so someone wanted to talk to me. So I was like, okay, you can come on and come by. And to be honest, I was not even listening until they started talking about two things. One of the things was what the difference is between whole life and term life insurance, which nobody that I know really knew the difference, you know, except, you know, people who actually sell it or whatever, you know, agents that are licensed just like me, they'll just tell you really quick, well, that's going to run out in a certain amount of time, and then they will discourage you against that. When 99.999% of the time, that is what they actually have. But to our families, they're selling us something different. How do you know that most of the time we are the ones that have the wrong tool? Because when our family members pass away, we don't get rich. We're doing GoFundMe, and we are trying to figure out, we got to wait till so-and-so comes home, or this and that, so on and so forth, because we don't have enough money. That is how you know that your agent sold you the wrong policy. Okay, so that is the first piece of information.
And we got to
that
find
we
out when
gather.
someone dies.
Honey, that's right. That's when you find out. And then
Yeah,
sometimes
that's
you
tough.
have family members who've been paying, a grandma, great-grandmother, been paying for policies for years. And then when they pass away, this is all that they have. Or they were told that, oh, you can come and borrow. So we think, number one, because most of the time we don't have good credit or whatever, you know, I want to go borrow from my policy, and the company will allow you to come and borrow, but that is not what you're supposed to do. It's your own money. So that's what we mean when we're talking about educating people. We are trying to educate people, and if we can get a hold of this group of people that just, you know, 20 years old, I mean, you know, on up to whatever age, but those people that are in those 18 up to 30, if we can show you what you and your family are supposed to have, you're talking about changing a generation. And even though we talk about Black Lives Matter, you want to find out about Black Lives Matter, tell us what we need to know and watch us spread this information, and people will find out that we are the kings and queens that God created us to be. So see, there's a lot of information that we don't know. They don't teach it in school. You got people knocking on our doors trying to sell us crap. They know they selling us crap, and we buy it. And then when somebody comes to try to tell us something based on what they know and have found out, and this is nothing but the truth, I'm telling you, this will change your life. Not just your life, your children's life, your children's lives, forever. So that's the one thing. The other thing is, you know, like I said, I teach every single day. Nobody has ever explained to me about the rule of 72. Have you ever thought about when you take your money, you make your money, you take it and put it in the bank, and you know you're taking it, oh my God, I made $10,000 extra, or I made an extra $1,000, I made an extra $500. I'm going to put this in the bank and I'm going to save it because I know I should have a savings account. Nobody at the bank is going to tell you how long it's going to take for your money to grow. You just know you take it to the bank, right?
Yeah,
and I'm putting it in there. Well, some people do. They take it, they put it in the bank. Look at your checking account. Look at your savings account. Not even getting 1%, not even getting 2-3%. But if you don't know how money works, number one, which is what we teach, if you don't understand the theory or the power of compound interest, your money will just be sitting there. See, the power of compound interest simply says this one thing, and you can look it up. You can find, once you know what your interest rate is on your money, okay, whatever you're getting, you take that interest rate and divide it into 72. So let's say it's 3%. 3% goes into 72 24 times. That means that if you have some money, you take it to the bank today and you're like, okay, I'm gonna put this money, I'm gonna lock it up in a CD and I'm gonna have me some money in so and so amount of time. And the bank will take your money, tell you you cannot get it out. Or if you get it out, they're gonna penalize you, right? Okay, but if you, and you're like, okay, because I need to do this because I need to save. If you take that money to the bank and you're getting 3% rate of return, I don't care how much money you have, it's gonna take 24 years for that money to double. So think about it. How many 24 years from now, let's say you had $1,000. I'm gonna leave it in the bank because I need to save some money. 24 years from now, you will have $2,000 if you get 3%. That is messed up. Think about the people that got some money for real. I have a gentleman that told me one time in Dallas, he sells cars. He's like, oh, Miss Coleman, I took $40,000 to the bank today. I take money to the bank every week. They don't even ask me they don't even make me stand in line. When I walk in the bank, they know my first name. Of course, because you're bringing your money to the bank, your money that you work hard for, okay? And they're taking your money and what they're doing with it, loaning it out for mortgages, cars, credit cards, where the interest rate is what, 12%, 20% on what they're loaning you. But when you bring your money to the bank, you saving it at 3%, 1%. It ain't even 3. It's not even 3. I promise you.
No, it's like point one.
Yeah, it's not even 1. Point zero something. So,
Yeah.
but it's your money. This is your money. So again, this is the part. These are the two things that get me really going when we start talking about Primerica, because again, we are an educational company. Many companies do not like Primerica. Our competitors, they can't stand us because again, our job is to touch, regular people who we are and give them information that they need to know because they don't know it. And we walking around here driving our nice cars and living in our real nice homes and this and that, so on and so forth, and think that we have arrived. And the bank is getting over on us. The credit unions getting over on us. The savings and loans companies, life insurance companies, everybody getting over. What makes us different? Because our goal is to make sure that Main Street America, I don't care what your color is, your race, your gender, it does not matter, your educational background, your socioeconomic status. Our goal is to make sure you know. Because again, the Bible says my people perish for lack of knowledge. Okay? So all the scriptures that we quote, they come to life in this particular company and everything. So yeah.
Let's elaborate on the history of the company. You said it was some injustice?
Yes.
What type of injustice?
There has been an injustice, and the injustice has been done to us, and it's basically Sharon just really explained the injustice with what she went over, but
Now you're talking about how the banks are riding people like that.
Yes, and then the insurance companies, they go by different names, whole life. They're selling different types of insurance policies, whole life policies, universal life. They go by all kind of different names, but basically they're the same kind of policy. And that's what most people that I know have, the cash value type life insurance. And they really think, because this is what their grandmother had, the great grandmother, and the great great grandmothers and fathers, that's what they had. And it basically is called cash value because it has like a little savings account attached to it. Okay, it's insurance and a little savings, which they call it a savings. But anyway, you get this insurance, and you can only really, they sell it to a lot of people with low incomes and then whatnot, and so you can only afford so much. So like 10,000 is going to be what a lot of people that I know have. They have 10,000. Some may have 15 and 20. But it's a little expensive because it's got this little savings attached to it. So anyway, when you pass away, and let's say, I'll tell you this one story about a guy that I knew. Okay, his mother had been paying for insurance all of his life, and then he's a grown man in his 30s. His mom passes away. So he's thinking, he never talked to her about it, but he's thinking that she has so much insurance because she's been paying insurance all of his life. But when she passed away, he found out she had a $3,000 policy. And so what is that gonna do?
Just buy the casket. I guess.
Yeah, something like that. And so, it's really sad. But see, that was his mother. But let's say it was a husband and wife and 2 kids, and the husband passed away, and now the wife is left to raise the children alone. And see, his income is gone from the home, but the car payments are not gone. The mortgage is not gone, and insurance on that. All those things are still there, but his income is missing. So, someone should have come in and taught them that, okay, what you really need is to buy term insurance and invest the difference. That's what we do.
Say that one more time.
We
Because
teach.
have a lot of companies that sell term insurance. They try to replicate and duplicate what we do, but they leave out that last part. So what you say, we do what?
We buy term and invest the difference.
That is what we do.
That's what we do here. That's what we teach people so that they have a term insurance policy. But let's say you got that term policy, all term is not equal.
That's right.
We have term policies. Some of them are 35-year terms. Some of them are 25, 20. We've got different terms based on the age you are when you take your policy out. But you have to work with someone that is going to really and truly care about you and who is not trying to just make a sale. And when a person works for a company, they're going to offer what that person, that company offers. They don't know. It's like when I first came into insurance, I didn't know if it was right or wrong. I just knew it was what they told me, what they had to sell, and it was what my mother had. She, when I was little, the man in the red Mustang that was coming along to pick up the insurance money, he was with that company that I started out with, So, man, I'm telling you, for years and years, we have bought the wrong kind of insurance, and we're made to think that it's what we need. No, don't buy term. You gotta have this. Why? So you don't have enough money for the funeral costs at the end of the road? So your family is struggling forever and a day because you didn't have the right kind of insurance? Is that why you need it? No. And so I beg to differ. And I know there's a lot of companies out there that are offering that type of insurance, but we are concerned about the families, the Main Street families, and and other, not just family, it may just be an individual person, but even that person needs the right type of insurance. They may not have kids and stuff, but they still need the right type of insurance. And see, sometimes people wonder why is everybody so far ahead of me or us or whatever, and it's because a lot of times other people have been taught, other families and things have been taught to buy term insurance. Some people wouldn't even dream of buying some cash value insurance.
That's right.
But a lot of people that I know, that's all they want to talk about is buying cash value insurance. That's what they've been taught. That's what they know to do. But
what would you say to the youth that's watching this?
To the youth?
Yes, ma'am. To the youth. It's 18 to 30 year olds, as you mentioned.
Okay, the 18 to 30 year olds, man, if we can meet with you to talk with you about saving money while you're young, gosh, oh Lord, if I was 20 years old again, I would do a lot of things differently.
What exactly would you do?
One of those things that I would do differently is there would be a Primerica person at my house talking to me about saving and investing my money. Because as Sharon was talking to you about investing money, if you start while you're young,
Yes.
that if you start while you're young, you get a term policy. It costs you know, the older you are, the more your insurance costs. I don't care what kind it is.
Of course.
It costs more the older you are when you take it out. You take that policy out while you're young and start your investment account while you are young. And that the power of compound interest takes over. And I'm telling you, by the time you're 67, you could have, you know, 6 or 7 figures depending on what you're investing monthly.
A lot of youth are, you know, we're definitely down at a young age these days. How could that help those situations for people? Because you said 67, a lot of people aren't even living to see 50. So what about the youth seeing the death rates we got in the youth these days kind of skyrocketing? But what about those did they have policies for those type of incidents?
Oh, yes. Okay, now when I said 67, I was speaking of like when people retire, they want to have some money, you know, because see, like in the early years, you need a lot of insurance in case something happens.
That's right.
You know, like you got a family, like I was talking about, if you have a family, you pass away, you need a lot of insurance so that the wife, if the husband passes away, so that the wife and the children can continue to live as they were living or better before you left.
Gotcha.
Okay, so yeah, but if you know, when you retire, you know, you don't need, when you get older, you better have some money. So the 67 was that they start investing and saving while they're young, so that when they retire, they reach that retirement age. Oh man, hey, they don't have to go out to find another job.
Right.
They don't have to go back to work. You know,
How many people in your class? I'm sorry to cut you off, but I got a question. How many people in your class, your reunion class, do you think could have benefited from this and didn't, and now are like dried up prunes?
That's right.
man, everybody,
Everybody?
that yes could have benefited from this information. There are some people who, when they turn about 17, their parents take them over to a financial planner, and they sit down with the financial planner, and the financial planner tells them a lot of different things that, you know, no one told me until, you know, I'm up here. Okay. So, but most of the young people that I know, they don't have that experience. And so you just you don't really know how money works, but you know, you gotta have lights and a phone, and you gotta have a roof over your head. And so you just kind of go along living life, and you need a car with some car insurance. And so you kind of go along living life, making sure that you have those necessities, and that you can, you know, like extra stuff. I like to eat out. There's things I like to do, you know, and so, you know, I make sure that I have all of that. And then some ladies, you know, like to go to the nail salon every week, and then some like to do this and that, you know. So we're going to make sure that we can do the extras that we want to do. But see, some of those extras, we need to say, okay, let me do what I really need to do. I need to save money. I need to be investing some money. And people, a lot of times, Sharon, they think they don't have enough money to invest. But see, we show people how to save money. Not only do we show them how to earn money, but we show them how to save money. And we show them how to take that money that we've saved them and invest. We have about 30 different companies that we can go to for auto insurance. Okay, top name companies, you know, Progressive, Mutual, Liberty Mutual, the General. We have about 30 different companies that we use for auto insurance. Okay. So 9 times out of 10, we're gonna help you save on your auto insurance. So somebody saved $100 a month. So if we save you $100 a month on your car insurance, you were used to spending the $100. So why can't you save it instead of taking it to the mall or eating it up? I remember this one lady was preaching a sermon. She said, "You ate your car. You ate your car. And so we need to stop eating our, savings. We need to stop, and I'm talking to myself, we need to stop eating our savings and actually do some investing. And we're here to help people with things like that.
That's right.
And so we want to help you save on your auto insurance, your home insurance. That's what we do.
Respect. Anything else you guys want to elaborate on?
I was just gonna say, when you were talking about reaching that generation of young adults between the age of 18 and 30 who even right now may be like, I'm not even concerned about that. That's not even important to me right now. But we need to talk to your parents and everything, because more than likely, where a lot of people get mixed up, they are like, well, I have insurance on my job. But a lot of people right now no longer have their jobs. And the reality is, when you lose your job, most of the time you are no longer able to still have those same benefits, because you cannot even afford to pay for them sometimes, because the rates are cheaper, because on your job it was in a group, So what happens, with many people, they have all of their insurance. They don't have any type of insurance outside of their job, so that's a no-no, number one.
Yes.
But then outside of that, there are so many parents that have children. So many agents have come to their homes and told them, even on your job, you can have a separate policy for each of your children. You have people that have 5 children, 6 children, 1, 2, whatever, 10 kids, whatever. And they have separate policies on each of those children that they're paying policy fees and all those different things.
Yes.
And the company's sitting back racking up and just making all this money, where in reality, you could have one policy where your children are actually riders on your policy, and you're not paying a different price for each child. So let's say if you have 15, 20, 30, or whatever, how much coverage you have on your children, you're not paying a separate fee because you have 10 children. You pay that one price with us, and it covers all of your children. If something happens to one child, or whichever way, and when we're talking about children, we're talking about under the age of 25. So that means that we have parents that actually have children that are now in college. They're no longer in the home, and you can't dictate what they're doing, whatever.
That's right.
But you are still responsible for them, and you can still cover them, on your policy, and it's not that much. So that is something that, all parents should consider. And then, of course, hearing this information, again, I'm telling you, most of your parents don't know what we just talked to you about, because again, somebody has told them, they've sold them the wrong thing, number one, or like I said, they have something on their job, and on your job, that's even also a trap, again, because most jobs sell annual renewable term. How do you know it's annual renewable term? Because every single year, you have to go back in there and sign up for those benefits, and if you look at it, every single year it's getting higher and higher and higher. You have people that are fresh out of college, going to a profession, age 22 or whatever, and they sign those benefits every single year. No one has come in and told them what we are talking about. So they don't know that they could have had a policy that they purchased at the age of 22 or they purchased at the age of 25. And let's say that it cost them $84 a month or whatever it may cost them, or it costs $30 a month, whatever. They can have that same price up until they get ready to retire. So a 30-year policy in your 50s, you're still paying $30 a month, and you have a policy that is, worth this much money. You may not have had any children yet or different things, and as you get married or you move on with life, you add, to your policy. I need to get some more coverage, or I have some more children or whatever. And you can do those things. People a lot of times will talk you against what we offer because they don't want you to know the truth. Okay. So when we're talking about, people will tell you, this is one thing that you may hear. Oh, don't mess with that term, because when it runs out, you won't have any insurance anymore. They never tell you that, there are term policies that you can still get after that are not just for 1 month or 1 year. They extend according to your age, just like you just found out about it. The price will remain the same for that amount of time. And the thing that I love about this company, just the educational piece, but when you look at the fact that somebody comes and tells you, okay, you're 25 years old, whatever how old you are, you're 30, 40, whatever, okay? You get this policy, and you have the same price for 30 years or 35 years, in that time period, you can make some more money, you know, to be able to maybe have an investment. Or we teach people how to invest and have enough. And if you don't have enough, the other thing is that financial independence number, which is something that I never had heard of. Everybody that watches this video is going to know what their social security number is. You might know your driver's license number, but I bet you don't know your FIN. What is your FIN? That's your financial independence number. There is no company that is going to tell you, I don't care how old you are, what your financial independence number is. What is your financial independence number? It tells you how much money you need to save each month to accumulate a certain amount of money. So you say, you know, this is how much money I want to have by so-and-so age. This is what I have saved up, this, that, so on and so forth, whatever. We can tell you your financial independence number is so-and-so, so. And when you see that number, then you make a decision. Well, ask yourself, well, if I keep doing what I'm doing every single day, am I going to be able to have this amount of money? Or am I going to be able to do this for my children? Am I going to be able to leave an inheritance to my children's children? Most of the time, the answer will be no. So you, if for nothing else, you need to sit down with us and have us do a complimentary, customized financial needs analysis. In that financial needs analysis, it's going to tell you what your financial independence number is. You will know if you're 20 years old, if I put this much away at this a certain amount of interest rate, I will have this much saved up by so-and-so time. Do you know how many people need to know that information? I mean, can you imagine if we had this information at 20, 25, even if I was 30, oh my God, 14 years ago? Seriously, you know, so
just gave her age away.
I'm telling you. So this is the opportunity for us to give back to our people. You know, a lot of times, you know, in our community, people see us, we talk about it all the time. People we don't want to help one another. You know, there's that crab mentality and all these different things. This one company is the company that I have seen, that I've been exposed to, that does not work here. It doesn't even fit in. You can be whatever you want to be here because you're going to make the money to do whatever it is you want to do. If your goals in life are you want to travel, you know, I mean, I know COVID has people thinking they can't go different places, and I'm not saying that you should, but when you're able to go, do it. Do what you're able to do. You know, live your dreams, make your goals come true. Whatever is on the inside of you, you don't have to stay with someone, you know, putting a cap on your income. You know, you work hard. If you train people on your job, if your boss expects you to do it and they don't give you no extra money, I'm telling you, this is what you need to do. And then last but not least, earlier we were talking about if you come into this business and you have absolutely no knowledge. I didn't have of the business. I did not have any type of knowledge about this business at all. But when I heard what they were educating people on, I was like, oh, I need to know that. But we have bonuses, unlimited bonuses. So earlier, you know, she was talking about how you have people who sometimes, you know, they may not be able to pass the test. Don't worry about that. Our company has a 90-day time period, right? Where you can accumulate unlimited bonuses. So while you're trying to get your test done and this and that, so on and so forth, and we're helping you build your business and build your team and, you know, just get this thing going anywhere you want it to be. I think the last bonus, when we talk about that, there was a bonus that the company paid someone for $18,500. So, you know, Christmas is coming up. You know, a lot of people are out of work. You know, I'm telling you, you know, you have some companies that'll say, we'll hire you and we'll give you this bonus. Again, they're setting a cap. Unlimited bonuses here.
That was a new person that came into the company, and within 90 days, their bonus was $18,500.
Yes.
That's what's up.
Cash.
Let everybody know where they can find you guys on social media.
Okay. My name is Stella Little. You can find me on Facebook. I'm Stella Little.
All right.
Okay, and on Facebook, I am Coleman, COLEMANS, not the letter S, but the initials ES, Doreen, DOREEN.
All right.
And we're looking forward to helping you.
Yeah, I appreciate the convo. Has been very educating. I sat and just listened, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure my audience will do the same. And for those that are watching, make sure you subscribe to the channel, YurpTV 252. Make sure you follow these beautiful ladies on their social medias as well. I appreciate you guys' time. It's been a great time, great convo. Yerp!
What you doing, Quasi? Shit. Working on my bankroll. Trying to flip it cause I'm tired of the same mode. Getting richer on these niggas, that's my main goal. That's my main goal.